here with iTALK 1067 and iTalk1067.com. Here with Snowflake Lobo's head varsity football coach, Ron Tenney. Ron, thank you for joining us. Coming off the heels of last week, first of all, congratulations. Great game, exciting game. You just defeated the Seton Catholic Sentinels, who are the reigning state champions. Tell me, when it come off a win like that, I know when I was playing, you come off a big win, that next week in practice, it's a fun, you're excited. How's the confidence level in the locker room for your team?
Well, I think our boys, they've taken this victory with Seton, I think two ways. One, as a confidence builder, getting them realizing that, hey, we can compete with the very best of Division IV. And I think also it's kind of showing them, hey, we've got to stay focused. We can't get lax. We've got to keep with the grind, keep working hard. Up to this point, it hasn't come easy for us, and our schedule doesn't get any easier. And so I think this practice and these last few days have kind of shown that with our boys that they enjoyed that win Friday, but they also have moved on and realized they got to keep working hard if good things are going to continue to happen.
When you started the season, when preseason ranks came out, Sholo was favored or on top in the polls and within the talk around the community to be favored this year. But the Snowflake Lobos are the only 3-0 team. So being the only 3-0 team, coming off some really tough victories, what does it feel, or how do you feel about your team and what it says about your opportunity to win the whole thing, being the only 3-0 team?
Well, a couple of things. One, the preseason rankings are just that. They're preseason, and you can't put a lot of stock into that. Number two, we kind of like being that black horse come from behind. We don't like having that bullseye on us like Sholo and Blue Ridge have on them each year. And, looking at Sholo's schedule, I still have to feel like they're probably still the best team in Division IV. But I like I said earlier, it feels, it makes us feel like, hey, we're getting there, and we can compete with some of the best that Division IV has to offer. And it's I think, a testament to our boys that the work that they've been putting in, the hard work and time and effort in the weight room and in our summer programs, that they have made a difference for them, and hopefully it could carry on as we continue our season. Absolutely.
So this week you have the Winslow Bulldogs, and they're coming into your home. And tell me, what are you doing to prepare for this week? Is there anything that you see in the Winslow Bulldogs that you haven't seen yet that you're preparing specifically for?
Well, we feel like Winslow's probably going to be the best defense that we've seen thus far. In looking at their front seven, their four guys in the trenches and their three linebackers are probably going to be the best we've seen up to this point. They held Blue Ridge to 21 points. So they're a very stout defense. They're well coached over there in Winslow, and we always know that they bring their A game and are going to be prepared. And so we've been preaching to the boys all week. We've got to have a good week of practice, we're going to have to play another great game. We really don't have any week off this year to kind of take life easy. So our boys have to strap it on again Friday and be ready to play.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing high school football, there was always that one game on the schedule that you looked forward to the most. And for me, being a Sholo person, it was always the Blue Ridge game. Those are our arch rivals. And so for you've had some tough games already. But is there, taking a look at your schedule for the upcoming weeks, is there any game that stands out that your boys have been talking about, that you've been I know you never prepare ahead of time. You always prepare week to week, but there's always that one game on the schedule that you might be looking forward to that you think, man, I'm really excited for this one. Just give me an idea. Is there any game on your schedule that you're really looking forward to?
Well, we try to take it, like you say, 1 week at a time, one game. And, we have our 5 freedom games, and we knew going in that those were going to be tough games for us. And once we get done with those freedom games, then we start with Blue Ridge on the road. So, we know going into our season that having Blue Ridge and Sholo on your schedule, that those are two games that you better have circled and better be ready to play. Otherwise, as we found out in the past, you can get humiliated and get humbled pretty quick because they're very good programs, great kids down there, great coaches, and, their tradition and stuff speaks for itself. So, no one team in particular, but, we definitely know that going into our season, that to be successful in our conference, you better be able to compete with Sholo and Blue Ridge.
My coach was always teaching life skills. It's not just about winning. It's not just about, team unity, but it's about what can you take from this program and apply in your everyday life once you leave high school. So tell me, in your program, what's that one or two things that you really hope the coach, or I'm sorry, that you really hope the kids, after they leave, they can look back and say, you know what, coach, he taught me this, I learned a lot from him. What's that one or two nuggets that you try to preach, if you will, to your kids?
Well, I think most of us as coaches know, up here, we don't coach a lot of kids that are going to go on and be Division I football players. And I think they know that, we know that, and even though we do have kids from time to time, Josh Weeks, the Chance Coxes of the world, Reggie Petersons, and those that can definitely go on and play at that next level. For the most part, you are, as a coach, you're trying to instill some skills, some attributes into these young men that are going to serve them well the rest of their lives. And so, we've tried to focus on, responsibility, accountability, and hard work. That, most of the time, you work hard. If you're willing to put forth the effort, no matter what the obstacle, you can go out there and get it if you're willing to pay the price. And then just being responsible, being where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there. And, the world's run by those who show up. And so just being accountable, responsible, I think gets kids a long ways. We try to teach that and instill that into our boys. And we have some great bunch of kids, as I'm sure any of the coaches around the mountain would say they do. But we feel like we have a special bunch of boys here that come through our program. And we feel very blessed as coaches to be a part of their lives and just be able to hopefully have some good influence on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've never heard a bad word, and the Snowflake program has always been a stand-up program when I was coming up and beyond. And so that's a true testament to you and your
Brandon.
coaching staff. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck this Friday. I'm looking forward to the game. I'll be on the sidelines. Hopefully I'll get to speak with you before the game. Good luck, Coach.
All right, thanks.
That was Coach Ron Tenney for the Snowflake Lobos. I want to thank him. You can catch the Snowflake Lobos this Friday taking on the Winslow Bulldogs here in Snowflake on iTALK1067.com or watch it online at iTalk1067.com.